All right, Hood. How's it going?
I'm good, bro. How you?
Man, I'm pretty good, man. Just been checking you out for a while. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing. You're on your, you tell your whole box stories. You also got your, positive side of things going on, man. So, I thought we would just kind of start off with like, your motivation for the positive stuff you got going on.
Oh yeah, the motivation, man. What I would like to say it stemmed from what we all like to look at as entertainment. For me, I don't really think it's entertainment, but I guess we can kind of get guided that way when we got you grow up in a world where they got movies and shows, treating certain people's pain as if it's entertainment. So like I get why everybody kind of look at the situation as if it's entertaining, but like the pain behind what's the stories is really why I felt led to coming out and bringing my voice to the table and bringing because the world you seeing what you see from O Block and they not seeing nothing positive. We continuously being overbeared with all the negative, but show something positive from O Block. It ain't just the negative stories that I do. It's something more. Like I'm more than just the negative. You feel me? And I just wanted to kind of get out here and bring a different take on what people take as entertainment.
Were you surprised when you started to go viral?
In all honesty, yeah, I was. I was. But then when I kind of looked at what I was going viral behind, like some of the stories, then I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Negativity is one thing that will sell, and Vaughn and Sosa. Man, I come from I don't like to speak cocky like that, but in all reality, man, O Block is a place that's really known worldwide now. So it's what comes with it,
What was it like, growing up being from a famous block like that?
I mean, you gotta, and when, before or after, because, I kind of live two different separate versions of, cause I could tell you before O Block was famous, me, I'm not like how everybody else, I'm original. I grew up 8 years old on the block. So I'm O Block baby, not somebody that came around when O Block was O Block. I'm Wick City baby. That's Wick City, Wild, Insane, Crazy before O Block was even established. Before O died, O Block was established because of Odee's death. But so I mean, it depends on what route you're trying to go as far as that. But childhood, teenage years.
What was it like before O Block became famous?
What it was like before we became famous. It was more fun and safe to roam Chicago, period, than kind of what it is now. You had to fear somebody kind of jumping you and things like that, but you could go places, especially in our area, EBT, STL, all the people that we really at war with today, and some of the lives that they took and we took, just not saying me personally, but where I'm from. Like, we all know each other, so it's like one big family in a sense that turned on each other just due to we not having the same gang or just differences and us being on different sides and things like that. But it was now I ain't gonna say it was amazing because we living in poverty. Poverty can't be too amazing. So some of our best times was inflicting pain and doing grievous things to other folks, but that's the world we grew up in. So, but it was better than the deaths and everything that's going on now, man.
Besides the deaths and everything, what are some other changes that you noticed?
Oh, the unloyalty. And I can't really even say the unloyalty because the guys have been getting into it with each other for a long time. But now, because of the block is a main attraction, it's like everybody want to flock and come around. There's so many different people who coming around right now and they just want to be seen for what O Block is, and they know the Sosa and Vaughn and Top and what they got going. It's weird because it's just a lot of people who just want to be around because of the name, and they ain't, grow up. They don't really know much of the people that these names, Key to World, they don't know Key to O Block, they don't know O Block. They just think, most people thought Tuka was a strain of weed before people got out there and like, this is a person. You feel me? People was so entertained by the stories, and even Chicago, people in Chicago. I know people from my high school who when I graduated high school, you feel me? I changed my life, gave it all up, and not all of a sudden niggas who never gang bang, never did nothing, they on the block trying to rep and do this, and it's like you wait your whole life to do this, and you was already. I mean, but it's weird. It's a lot of wannabes. That's what it really is. Back then, it wasn't so many as one. You know, you get the default. We here by default. We do what we do by default. Nah, niggas is forcing it. A lot of people forcing it because they see the limelight that's being shined on the block. So it's a lot of, like, I ain't trying to get out here and do that, but a lot of these niggas is flat out bitches. And I'm not saying bitches because you won't go inflict pain on somebody else, but you a bitch because you know that's not you, but you see what other niggas is doing. You see all the troubles that come with it, and you want to go along with the grain. Like, and I think that's a bitch. I don't think going and stumping on another man's toes or another dude's toes because he rapping this and doing that, and they going and stepping for people that they say, oh, bro, like, what's your reason of fighting? You don't know Odee, you don't know Tune, you don't know none of them. What's your reason of fighting? What's your reason to go on that war? You being sent off. It's a lot of flunkies, man. A lot of flunkies.
How do you feel about people going to O Block just to visit, like normal people?
Man, I think that it shows you what like how if the world propagandize something or glorify something, how people will accept whatever it is. O Block is known for killing and not, we savages, nigga. What Sosa say, nigga? Like y'all heard the song back then, and like, bro, we known for that. That's the image, and people, you know, they take it as light, but like behind this fake entertainment to some is real death to a lot, and cries and tears. But I would say it's weird. Like, I thought when Stephen A. Jackson came on the block and he did that, man, for somebody in your position, the resources you have, what you've done with your life, you fake as hell, bro. Like, you real niggas check in to where? To where it's poverty stricken? Where niggas is killing each other? So if real niggas check in, why you ain't stay there? Why you ain't stay in your hoods if that's what real niggas do? It's the illusion to keep us stuck where we at. That's what all it is. I think it's a bunch of weird shit going on. That's what I think, Cam. A bunch of weird shit. People in high places who, oh, go do this, go do that. Keep this shit going on. Keep this going on. That's what it is. I think it's weird. Grown ass man. What? And one more thing. Before we get to talking about taking niggas to O Block, I'm the first person that took somebody to O Block. I took Sports Illustrated to O Block. Talk about that. Let's talk about that. That's something that kids, they seeing niggas come to O Block to talk about rap videos, talking about doing it, drilling. A true inspiration is and not to shine light on me, but when you shine light on me, you're gonna see who it was that gave me this life. It wasn't nothing that I did. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm the first person that took somebody to a O Block, and that what I had them for was way more powerful than what the flunkies go for.
Okay, what all was Sports Illustrated there for?
My story, what I had persevered through, how somebody was able to come from an O Block, no family, seeing his grandmother die, being adopted, not having little to no resources, dropping out of school, then getting back in school through the Most High's will, but through my opening up to him and allowing him to come into me and to teach me certain things, and then with my doing though, they came because of that, and I was balling. Like, I had him play football. I played 1 year football. Like, and you feel me? The talent was there. And it was something that was destined. That's why it was destined. That's what it was. It was destiny.
How long did they stay there? Did they just like go to your apartment, or
yeah, they went
like
to O Block, man. It was like a whole. They was there probably for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then they came back the next year. Man, these dudes was at my school for a period of period of time. They took me to get my hair cut one of the days. Like, I kind of built a relationship with them because, you know, when you meet somebody and their story is, you know, something that you like, that's what makes people great. The difference is that, you know, what they try to use the differences to persuade us to hate each other and say, oh no, but the differences to me is what makes us amazing. Your story, like, when we don't know somebody's story, it can get you to look at them in a certain way. way based off of what the propaganda that the world pushed out. But man, they came back that year, and it was like a build up. You feel me? It wasn't just they came to the school. It was like a whole documentary, and then they came back the next year. But I wasn't staying on the block then. My coach took me in. I moved off the block.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's dope shit, man. Now, back to the Steven Jackson thing. Is Chicago like a check-in type of city that you can even really do that in?
If you a goofy, where I'm saying, nigga, if I'm me being me, if you want to look at it from a street standpoint, what street nigga going to check in on another nigga hood? That what I'm finna know. I'm over here on my set, nigga. Come to where I'm at. If I gotta go to another nigga hood to check in, that it just don't sound right to me. Specifically, I mean, what real niggas who really live that life like for real, not know they seen it, then they did it, but it was just evil is in us. The Bible tell you evil is in us, but certain people who easily, more naturally lean towards them evil ways by default, it's easy for them. These niggas they'll tell you, ain't no real niggas doing that. It's just like ain't no real nigga like what these rappers do. Certain shit that these rappers do, real niggas not doing that. You can't pay, I don't care no amount of money you give a certain real nigga from the block. What y'all call a real niggas? Niggas ain't wearing certain shit. You ain't, how YoungBoy, they doing all this little sissy dances, man. Stop that, man. Stop that. That's not, what? That's feminine energy. These niggas look what they programming the shorties too. Stop it, man. It's not real. It's fake.
I thought we'd also get into some of the news going on in hip hop. Some of it, a lot of it, Chicago seems to stay in the headlines. And one of the big things that recently happened was Lil Durk had his case dismissed.
Yeah.
Did you check that out?
Yeah, man. You know what I am and what I do with some of my work. So any little Durk stories that come out, people, I get stuff that I don't even be wanting to even entertain. But it comes my way. And so, yeah, I seen it. I definitely seen what happened, man. And if you want my opinion on it, man, it just shows you what power is, man. It show you what power is. Show you when you do something for the elite, they make things happen for you.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised because when he first caught the case, the DA came out and said they had 5 different camera angles of them. And so a lot of people were, surprised when they found out it was being dropped. But they even had cops flying in from Chicago to testify against him. It was pretty crazy, man. And everything got dropped now. And a lot of people accused him of snitching. I personally didn't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of just figured that they just didn't have the evidence. And as things came out, we kind of, learned that they didn't really have the evidence that we thought that they had. They didn't really have the video evidence. Did you check all that out?
As far as that, I seen it, and that's just what I know. I feel like in reality, if we think about who Durk is, he really don't gotta snitch. Like me being honest, man, I know like, man, when some people get, money is moving, man. Money is moving, and if you got enough, the people throw certain stuff under the rug. You feel me? Especially if certain people that was a part of the case is no longer here to testify. It's just all over the place right now. So it's more easier for them to just throw the thing under the rug because the case is just so like it's too much confusion in the case. So like they said, they probably couldn't gather enough information or whatever evidence, which you said they had 5, they had all the evidence they needed, but like I said, when you got money, what evidence, what cameras, you feel, we ain't got, things get missing when money come up, oh shit, we ain't have it, but we had it, we don't. It's lost. The city, the shit malfunction. That's what they gonna tell you. You feel me? That's just what it comes to when certain people are in certain places, man, hot places.
one of the things that the DA brought up is that if King Von was here, he would have still been charged. What did you think when you seen that?
If Von would have still been charged and Durk wasn't charged in, right there, you know Durk snitched. Knowing that, because if I'm a part of, bro, that's just like if I'm with you and I went to school for criminal justice. If I'm with you, we do something, you don't report it, but you know I did it and you don't report it and we go on about our life. You are as liable as to the case as I am. What I'm finna go down for, you finna go down for, unless when you get in this behind these doors, you tell me something that I don't know. And then probably a little bit more. So niggas gotta be snitching. They don't work that way. Name a case that, somebody tell me something. If I don't know, tell me.
Let me add some more stuff to it, because there's more. What they're saying happened is that it was Durk's arm was out the window, and that they just identified his tattoos, and that was the only evidence. But with Von, they're saying that he actually got out of the car, and that's how they had his face.
Yeah. I mean, if you can identify, if one, like, that's all the proof you need. You don't need a face. Like, shit, is it another person that could have Lil Durk's arm tattoos with King Von? Same tattoo, same place, same whatever it is, you same tattoo. Like, I mean, the proof really be in the pudding, but again, like us as people, depending on where somebody is, where they sit at, what they do for a living, we gonna look past what we wanna look past until there is a known propaganda to get whoever the fuck it is out the way. Cause if the people that make Lil Durk and pay Lil Durk to do what he do, if they want Lil Durk to get, like if they wanted him out, they could easily gone. His ass would have been gone. Would have been gone.
Are you surprised that King Von keeps getting brought up in these types of situations after his death?
Nope. I don't. I'm not, and I love my boy, but no, he did a lot of shit. Von, like he tell you what's so. He did a lot of shit. You feel me? He did a lot of shit. That's the truth of it. No, I'm not. I don't think that is crazy. I feel like in the world that we live in right now, and what he did, all the things how he went about it, all wrong, hell yeah, they gonna talk about it. Hell yeah, they gonna try to pin every little thing that if it ain't really was you, they don't know, they just wanna bring your name up because it's bringing some type of publicity.
You think they're doing it for publicity?
No, it depends on who. What, like if you talk about specific murders, like when Von and during his priming of him killing folks, I was around, so like certain things I know from me being there. Ain't no law I'd have heard through the grapevine, like this is one of my best friends growing up, you feel what I'm saying? Like people, they think Von best friends was the niggas that they see all the time, or you hear their names, or you see tweet. Nigga, do y'all understand? Like, cause most people think if they ain't see you in pictures or they ain't see you in videos that, oh, you weren't doing this, you weren't doing that. But the people who run the world, when the fuck do you ever see them? You never see them. You don't see them. They make motherfuckers go out and do what they want them to do, and then they just sit back and look at, and I'm not saying I'm that type of person, but I'm just giving people to like, just because you don't see nobody or just because they wasn't making they self, no, that's the dumbest shit ever. That's what I always thought. If we doing this shit, why would we do it that way? Like, why would we do it putting ourselves out there? Like, the shit that they used to do was stupid back in the days, and I'm like, hell no. But yeah, folks did all his work, got him, you made that bed, and shit, you gonna lay in it while you alive if possible. But when you die, all that shit coming out, because then, like me, I wanted to use his death in a positive way. Like, people think that the story entertaining. That's great if you think that, but it's true. A sinister shit behind it. It's true hurt behind it. And we need to understand and wake up and see the pain behind it and how fucked up it is.
Do you think more stuff will come out?
More stuff? I mean, ain't much that's gonna come out that's gonna change what's already out. Enough is out. I feel like, it's just, when shit just keep coming out, you desensitized to it, so at this point, it's like, who cares? So I don't really feel like much is gonna come out. I feel like all the main points about Von and what he did all his life, I feel like it's all out. I feel like it should all be out at this point.
You mentioned before that Little Durk was trying to pay you off to take some videos down.
Yeah.
What all happened with all that?
Well, first and foremost, like niggas reached out to me and they just like, they telling me who they is, like this me, bro, and woo out the bam, and like shit, Durk will pay you to take the videos down, woo out the bam. Just take the videos down, send your cash app. Wait, he ain't tell me some my cash app, but they just kept telling me like, take your videos down and we gonna pay you. And I'm sending back messages like, all right, at first I'm kind of like, cause I ain't even really think, cause who the person was supposed to be texting me was E-Dog. You know who E-Dog is. O Block E-Dog, he rapping now and shit. And me, I'm trying to read through the lines to see if this is E-Dog because I know people. I know how they talk. I got real relationships with folks, so I know how the fuck you talk when you talking.
Now, when he first reached out and you kind of heard all this news and everything about them wanting you to take it down, were you at all tempted to take him down?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, cause like I just jumped out here with the thing. I was having major spiritual attacks, things that I've never like experienced before. It was a lot, but I was strengthened. I felt my strength from the Most High, but I was tempted to take it down before they asked me to take it down. Cause I was like, dang, like, is this like, it was some deep stuff in the videos. But when they asked me to take it down, man, and it was kind of like, man, would you be paid off for, or are you willing to let your truth? Cause if it could save somebody else and get them on the path that I'm on, and man, I'm trying to not only trying to build something, but I'm trying to instill into people what the world is taking away from all of us. But I definitely thought about it before they came to me with the money. When they came to me with the money, it was a no-go. Like if you that's like selling your soul in a sense. Part of it, like, you know, shit, I said this and this ain't come with a little bit of this. Stop it. You don't got an amount of money. Durk don't got an amount of money that could make me take a video down, that could make me stop what I'm doing, could make me do anything. It's nothing that nobody could do. You could kill me and then you would just be working into what the Most High plan is. That's how I know he gonna get the glory out of my life for sure, for a fact. Me personally, there's nothing nobody can do. You can't pay me no nothing. I'm already set in stone.
You feel like you're having an impact releasing all these stories and kind of talking about everything?
Man, like me personally, I don't like to talk about myself like that, but the proof is always in the pudding, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of different people to understand what rap music is doing to us, how these dudes, they look like us, but they not really for us. Everybody's so stuck with the notation that because somebody looks like you, that they have to be for you. And that's the biggest thing, the furthest thing from truth. Just like because somebody is your blood, your family, they gotta love and care for you. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. But yeah, my message is for sure, I believe, you know, obviously I believe. And, you know, because a lot of people reach out, they do tell me the path that I'm sending them on and what they feel instantly when just diving into the path of which I'm sending them on.
Now, coming from, you know, O Block and, you know, these, you know, what you kind of say is like, you know, these dark places and everything and the bottom, how does somebody kind of get out of that, man? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're coming from that and that's all you grow up in, you know what I'm saying? What was it in you that kind of made you have that shift?
What it was, like it's draining. That lifestyle was so draining and I didn't see no future in it, Cam. I'm like, I saw no future in it. I'm like, bro, the thing about me was that I was always able to look at the future and not just the present. And because I looked at the future and I'm like, if your present looks like this every single day, then you gotta know damn sure what your future gonna look like if you even have one, if you look at the things that you are doing. So I was thinking, and when I was thinking, it was, I saw that I'm thinking, but I'm still doing the same shit. There's nothing that I can do to run away from the problems that is right here in front of me. Nothing that I could do. Everywhere which I look, you feel me? I got niggas doing this. It was nothing but the bad fruit And so you got, I always call it your default friends. You don't never really know who your real friends are until, me personally, college was where I met my real friends. But I would say, man, the thing it was the pain that I felt, all the hurt, and the times I was hungry, and like I didn't really know how I was gonna get up out of that. And me, it wasn't so much as me, like Jamal, I could go without eating. Then I'm thinking about my nephew, I'm thinking about my niece, I'm thinking about the younger people that's coming after me. And then like, what image you putting for out there that will make them not be able to be hungry and live, and with the fears and the things that you are living in your everyday life. And something was like, man, I felt this deep call and was like, you know, you can't fix it, keep trying. And I kept trying on my own, and it's impossible to try it on your own. And then something in me was like, pray and call out to the most high righteous God. And he would just speak to me through the spirit, not saying he spoke to me, the God spoke to me, but I think it was the Holy Spirit which he gifted, man, and it was just teaching me certain things, and it was making me sit back and look at man, and then it was like, call out to me and watch what I do for you. This is just the thing that the Holy, and so I started to pray. And I prayed, and when I gave my life to God, all the game, I used to be one of the worst out of the bunch, and that's why I ain't need you, I ain't want you to know me. You don't need to know who Jamal Brown is. You feel me? That's why I don't want to be in no pictures. I don't want to be in no videos or nothing like that. And specifically, bro, like it was all God, man. The one righteous, true God, Yahuwah. You feel me? Not, because if you say God, that word, what God? Many people get out here and they say God. Satan's a God too. Lord, small case G on that. You feel me? Lowercase G on that, for real. But I feel like, I know it was all, we got two ways we could go. You could choose salvation and choose life, or you could choose that wide and that a broad path that leads to nothing but destruction, because in reality, we all been deceived. But man, I linked on the higher power that is within me, and then it's within everybody. But we all got evil in us again, so which one you want more?
What would you say to somebody in a similar situation as you growing up there?
Liken yourself unto wise counsels, man. And that means put yourself around people who don't care so much about an image, that especially when you see what the image, you know what the image gets you, death or in jail. The monetary, the temporary females, do you think that these are females you truly want? Do you think that life and prosperous things come with females who running around thirsty to be with niggas who got death waiting for them and jail waiting for them? Liken yourself unto people who are different. They want you to be around people who are exactly like you, so you never can experience different. And you might be like, damn, this different makes me feel better in this way. So try to put yourself around people that ain't just going along with the get along because they glorifying it now. And pray. Prayer is the most powerful thing any of us can all do. So pray and ask God to send people to your life that are, that will be more of a prosper for you, more uplifting for you than all they want to talk about is BS. All they want to do is get you into these negative things and all that type of stuff like that. That's where you can start. But I know it's easier said than done, for sure, for sure. That's why it's only me out of the whole O block. You feel me? Because it's that hard. But you can do it though. Anybody, if I could do it, no mama, no daddy. I seen my grandma get killed. Like, it ain't nothing, y'all, sexual abuse, I've been through it. It ain't nothing that nobody out there went through I ain't go through specifically. I've been through it all, and I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. You can overcome the agenda that's out there to make you feel good, that's gonna kill you, that's gonna, look at the rappers. Everything is building them and make them feel real good, but then look what happened. Souls perishing before they get to even know what their salvation is, and that's why we even really here. And they don't know that though.
You know, speaking on, a lot of tragedy, man, hip hop, recently lost Takeoff from the Migos, just a few days ago. Did you get a chance to check that out?
I did. I made a video pertaining it and everything, man. I definitely, you know, everybody gonna hear. Everybody got a whiff of that, man. When that was in the air, man. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, it was, you know, you didn't really expect that. You know, them dudes weren't really like in the headlines with any drama or anything like that, man. It was like, you know, where did, you know, and even the way it kind of happened, it just seems so senseless, man.
Yeah.
You know, well, what'd you think when you first heard about it?
Me personally, like my honest to Jamal opinion, for real, Satan came to collect, man. Satan come to collect. Hey, you can look at it however you want to look at it, but when these folks know what they got themselves into, and when somebody got a goal, or if it need to be a sacrifice, if your music ain't getting it done, man, come on, this world, when the Bible say we fight not flesh and blood, but principalities, rulers, and wicked in high places, is no joke. So you can continue to look at the people all you want, but it's the spirits that dwell within a lot of us that we need to be focused on, and that's what we need to be trying to talk about, the spirits that live and the evilness that live within a lot of these people, man. But in all honesty, I think Satan came to collect, man. It's unfortunate, and it is sad, and that's somebody's son, and I feel for him, bro, because a lot of the times we as people, we want to become a part of stuff. We see people that was rich and famous when we was kids, and we don't know what it really took them to get it. And then when you do get into these things and you heard, the people hear about what happens in your coach. You hear time and time what happened to the kids at Disney. You hear time and time what happened to some of these people. Some people might have not heard these things because they haven't sought it out, or maybe the information is it wasn't as accessible as it is now back then. But truly, it's sad. It's sad, but my take on it, man, I know what it is. Say he came to collect, man. And all the signs that he had before he died, come on, man, stop playing. It's sad that it went down the way it went down, but come on, bro. We know what it is.
Lately, the past like 3 or 4 years, there's been a lot of death in hip hop, like way more than any time before in hip hop, and it's been kind of crazy to see.
Everything cranking up right now, Cam. That's what you gotta see. And if you could see evil cracking up to where the people who, like, these people to the world, they normally seem untouchable. I remember when Michael Jackson died and James Brown died, it was a big thing, and maybe you would get deaths in threes, you would get a big superstar and a few other like small names around it. But now you seeing big names, and forget the last 4 years, let's look at the last 2 years. Huge names that's just been perished the last 2 years, and look at everything other than that, all the movies, everything is getting worse. We think as a people, and we think as a world, and you want to live in a world where you think things is getting better, but is it really? Is World War III about to be the worst wars this world has ever seen? Is it really getting better? Or are they trying to keep y'all dumbed down, keep the world dumbed down, keep us fighting amongst each other so we don't see what's truly happening?
Okay. P&B Rock was also robbed. Or he was robbed and killed in LA, man. You know, which was another sad situation in hip-hop, which really just happened not too long ago, man. You know, it seems like these things keep coming, you know, one after the other, man. And I know, you know,
hey, not to cut you off, Cam, but is it not, is it not weird that these motherfuckers always kill exactly who they coming to kill and nobody else get killed? Quando, Rondo, he in the car. They always around somebody. It's nobody ever get hit. I know, I've been around niggas before. I seen one of our homies, one of the first deaths that people don't know about because it was before O Block Rah-Rah. He got killed by one of our own homies because niggas don't know how to shoot for real. Niggas ain't really, they don't go to aim practicing. Niggas get guns and then they stand out on blocks. And that's, you ain't, bro, to actually get good at, them bullets go anywhere. Me being in where I am now and actually target practicing and doing that, like I see how much we ain't know nothing about nothing. And so, these people are very accurate and very good with what they doing for them to just be regular folks coming out. And I know some of them, what they show us, the people that's getting arrested behind this stuff, and which is, I ain't saying that it's not them, but is it not weird that nobody else ever gets shot but the people who, you feel me? They come for, like, I know they say Quando Rondo was who they was trying to shoot, but if he was in the car with the man, ain't no way you came and they hopped out of the car and did all that and they shot him all them times and you ain't get hit once. I'm sorry, but me and my back in that realm, ain't no, who getting left? That whole car gotta get shot. That whole car, them and anybody around who look like they looking. It's like, that's what real killers do. So these situations to me it's too weird, man. And I ain't mean to cut you off, but like, I just had to say that because it's weird. How is that not weird? It's too weird, bro. Fine, whole situation, all that go down and he gets shot, he the only one, well, he definitely wasn't the only one to get shot. But how the situation happened, and I know these niggas, and ain't no one-on-ones ever happen like that. It's a lot that's just going on that's just weird, bro.
Well, you touched on the Quando Rondo situation where his homeboy was killed out in L.A., man, which actually wasn't that long ago either. You know, that happened in a pretty good area too. You know, were you surprised at all when you heard about that happening in that good area?
Yeah, surprised because if you been anywhere in the world, and only people in the hoods don't know that this shit can't really like go down unless these people got strings. They pulling string. If you know anything about California, this is home of, like, you feel me, of occultic shit and like them paying off the police and the police running along with the get along. It's a lot of rich people there. And don't tell me police ain't, bro, they just like regular people. If you give a regular, like, they ain't making 100, like they might be making 100,000 a year, but if you could offer them 500,000, basically they salary times more for one incident to let me go, to let this pass. And we work for money. Certain people who don't really have morals, they gonna break a couple rules. Now imagine if you can get a whole force like that, then a whole government or a whole city or something like that. You feel me? I'm trying to get y'all to think, but yeah, I'm never surprised at what happened to these people, man. I ain't surprised at what happened to these folks. Nah, we ain't seen nothing yet. We haven't seen anything yet. That's the thing. It looks like it's the worst that it's gonna get. It's the beginning of the end for a lot.
Some of the other things that's been talked about lately, man, that I kind of wanted to get your opinion on because, you know, I think you actually kind of said a little something about it on your YouTube channel, was J-Man allegedly being signed to Lil Durk and OTF. What'd you think about that?
It's to me personally, bro, I know what they doing, and at first I want to say, I don't take fault for a man because he's trying to help his family. He trying to do this, and there's so many people who sitting back and they entertained by it, and they let him do this and let him do that. But y'all, listen, people, understand that entertainment, what they have taught us to entertain each other by, and what we are entertained by, ain't entertainment, it's a way of living. You live and you go and do by the things that you continuously see. You continuously wrap your mind in evil. When evil come about, then people looking crazy like they ain't just did this shit they whole, like your whole life was built up. All your actions, all your friends, all y'all did was this. So when somebody died, everybody looking like, well, how he died? Like somebody gotta die. Y'all shooting in it. But the main thing of it all with J-Man, them, bro, people, y'all, like, why you gotta be trolling the people for your pockets to get fat? And as people, you should not let people fuck with your mind and play with your mind like this in order for this is not okay. But this just shows you, it's just a string of things to just show you what people would do just to make a living. They don't care if they spitting out lies. It's goofy, man. Like, what's funny playing with OTF and you from a whole nother, where you from, they actually kill people from the other side of where they from, it's actually death. People get out from their situations. Like J-Man, he ain't gotta worry about a nigga doing that to him no more. So he gonna monetize off of the situation instead of bring it to people's attention what that we need to be. We dying. And it ain't stop. It ain't stop. But they want to laugh and giggle and make, bro, and you a goofy, man. They know that Durk would never sign these flunks, man. Like they goofy, bro. Anybody who get out here and you got to lie and you got to troll for a story, you got to make up stories for views, man. Man, you the worst of the worst, man. And I'm sorry, man, because I know some of these niggas, they are ignorant and to their own default, they don't know that how dumb they are, bro, because that's what entertainment done did to us. It's made up entertainment. We're dumb. That's just the whole situation of it. And I don't give a fuck what you know in a school book. School book can't teach you life. People are spiritually dead. Spiritually fuck dumb. Spiritually dead. Deceased. They don't understand what it is to truly be a human being.
Well, he's been getting a lot of backlash. Even from his own homies, I seen...
They faking. Them niggas all in cahoots. They know that he doing... They know this... Come on, man. You mean to tell me that these niggas really think that J-Mane, they was just all together? Cause we could put our fucking minds together. Sometimes we could fucking think. These niggas was all just in Vegas together. Yella and J-Mane did the first thing, try to act like somebody got shot or some shit when they first linked up. And now all of a sudden, bro, and then J-Mane, they make it, they go... I don't mean to keep calling y'all out y'all name, but y'all doing goofy shit. Y'all doing goofy fanboy, sissy shit. That's just what I like to call it. This sissy fanboy shit who niggas, you would think that niggas who really come from where we come from and grew up how we grew up and never be capable of this. This is not what real niggas look like. Real niggas ain't trolling for no views, bro. Period. Real men, real niggas, whatever you want to say.
Do you think that now that dudes have found a way to monetize, kind of, blogging and everything, that it's kind of changed what people are willing and not willing to do?
Man, I think, one, just because people are blogging and doing this, a lot of people, like Butter, for instance, these niggas, they came out, they saw what me and Fuchsias did, and a lot of people probably think that Jamal playing this. I ain't playing this. I ain't know that Fuchsias was gonna hit me up as quick as he did when I was coming out to tell my truths. Niggas never knew no interviewers, none of that was ever coming. I never thought about that shit. I just thought about getting out here and really putting truths on these stories. So yeah, it changes things because people can see that they can monetize by creating stories that sound like crazy. Stories that they know people want to hear, but they never fucking lived. Some of the stories like niggas actually live, but it's like anything in the world, man. If it goes from the first person by the sixth person, the story ain't even real no more because motherfuckers to put their spin on it to try to make you more engaged or make them seem knowledgeable or some shit. So, but it's weird, man. It's opening up a door for of a lot of entertainment in which that we shouldn't even want, man. These niggas is lying. They ain't got no, they stories is to just be stories. If you have no agenda with the stories to do anything positive, then you gotta know that the root of everything that they doing is fucking negative. It ain't gonna be no positive to come behind it. They gonna keep thinking about all the little weird ass story. Nigga, every story that I thought of, it had meaning to it. And me being who I am, I knew that people love negative stories. So yes, some of my stories being true, I just had a negative story that I knew was negative. And cause there's always, if you are smart enough, you can see the trouble. I mean, you can see the truth in the madness. You get what I'm saying? You can see the light in the dark. And that's what I do with the stories. There's darkness, and I try to bring the light upon it. And I do it so that these dudes who so infatuated by these stories will come click and see what I do on Bible days. Come see when I'm opening up that book or when I'm talking about these different things. These niggas not doing that, man. They still out there on them blocks. They still, and I'm not saying that this is wrong because y'all gotta live somewhere. You gotta be somewhere, but it's like change. You can't leave the hood physically before you leave. Sometimes you gotta leave mentally, and then physically you shall go. But this shit gotta come. Niggas they putting out flaws and they putting out fake images. Like, that's why I tell Yellow, like, oh, bro, that shit fake. Y'all out here faking. That positive shit that they acting like they own is fake. What nigga, and I'm sorry, but I have to say this. You know if a man is truly changing the way he should be, because his appearance will change. Not so much that he won't wear the same clothes, but I look at Yella and every time niggas is quick to pull cameras out when somebody see him on the street that know him and recognize him. Like, that's weird. One, to me, that's fucking weird. Two, pull your pants up. You like 30-some years old and your pants is behind all the way down. Your ass is showing, kid. What the hell? Like, you got thousands of people looking up to you, and people literally get lost in the words. Words put you in the trance, and you forget to look at the nigga lifestyle. But
you know, one guy that consistently goes viral on YouTube, and that's Charleston White, man. And I think you kind of have some things to say about him. You know, he's had a lot of negative stuff to say about O Block, and, you know, some really disrespectful stuff to say about King Von, man. You know, what's your take on Charleston White and everything that he does?
my take, man, his work, in all honesty, dude, I will say his work is, it's hard with Charleston because he breaks shit down in ways that it really get you to think. He really gets you to think, man. Charleston is somebody that I say you can learn from, but you got to be able to see the light in the darkness, because a lot of what he does, he bring a lot of darkness. He talk about death. He talk about getting people locked up. And it's like, you cannot mix the two. How you love the people and those same people. It's not like people think when I talk about niggas in the streets that I hate them. I love them. I want them to turn. I talk about the spirit we take upon. I talk about how we look and do. I don't hate you. I hate how you carry your about. Charleston White, he hate people. When you hear somebody, and the Bible, people want to use God in this, but the Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So whatever you truly feel from your stomach, from your heart, gonna come out. And when you truly love people, I get it that you don't gotta, if you said that this is all an act, you faking, it's a character, man, your character should have been deceased once you went viral twice. It was enough for them to now see who you was. And what do you see months and months and months? He's still doing the same thing. The same thing. It's like, again, take the message within the madness, but don't try to shape your life or think. Take exactly the righteous message that Charleston White got, and leave the madness, all the bull, him talking about the dead and doing this and doing that and making fun of people and all that. That shit ain't cool, man. Ain't no true man of God. He say that he a man of God, bro. Ain't no real man of God doing that. And then no man of God wanting these people who gangbanging to die. Cause nigga, weren't you a gangbanger? If you were saved and you came from up out of that filth, nigga, why you niggas be selfish? They just want to be the only ones to be seen as something. That's the problem with us. A lot of this shit be rooted in selfishness. And that's just a fact, man. But Charleston White, cool, man, with the good that he do. But I see the bullshit, bro. I see your bullshit. And, you know, people idol worshipers, get 100,000 and get 50,000 subscribers, or go viral a couple times and have your face seen, and you can do no harm. People are fucking, excuse me, and I'm sorry, but people are airheads. Easy to control. No foundation. If I have no foundation, and any man that sound good, that can wow me, they can build on my land, because I ain't got no foundation. And there's only one true foundation that can't nobody else build upon, and that's Yeshua Christ, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's it, that's all.
You mentioned this in the dead. You know, I think one time he came out and said that Little Tim did God's work. How did you feel when you heard him say that?
I was angry. I was blue, because I'm like, nigga, why would you say, how you a servant of the Most High, you say God work? I was angry. And then through learning and just seeing and just watching certain things and just being so in tune and getting closer and closer to the Most High, how I have been on this journey, I see so much of that. It's not that it was God work, but God allowed it to happen. And maybe Satan was already, cause say, man, like people don't understand the world we live in. Like Satan's whole thing is to make God's people seem like hypocrites, to make us seem like hypocrites, and to and to consume us, to kill us. So before you can even become to the knowing of who the Father is, your salvation, anything of that nature. And Satan himself, like it's in the people. He rooted in the people, bro. And when people can like really wake up and understand this, that people can embody the same spirit that Satan take upon, and that people can be just as devious and mischievous and conniving, then we'll do a whole hell of a lot better, bro.
I think I seen you touch about this in one of your YouTube videos, but how do you think Vaughn would be reacting to him?
To Charleston White?
Yeah.
Man, Vaughn, bro, like, Vaughn ain't that type of, bro. Vaughn principle based. Like, you keep playing with folks' name, I seen my boy sister Shorty when his day one on O Block. I seen him with Nuki Nuwop, who y'all know him as, first bought him on the block. He became one of my best friends quick. Me and Gooch became his best friends, and we over his crib back and forth, knowing his cousins, me, Shine, Sister Sky, Jiggy, little brother, all them. Like, I really know him. But, bro, if he would have ever got around that man, it would have, like, folks would have beat that man. Like, folks smart, he gonna do what he can if he could get away with it. But folks, he was principle based, and you wasn't gonna play with his name. That was the whole situation behind him and Quando, Rondo, all that. You ain't gonna play with his name. You ain't gonna sit in my face and say you fuck with me, but then go behind my back and be in my, even if I fuck with her, you know I fuck with her and I don't love her, but I fuck with her. And you go behind principle. You feel me? As men, we should have principle. Folks was one of the most principle based person that I ever met in my entire life, man. In terms of street shit. Street principles, I say.
Some of the other things that came out of, the Chicago-based, man, that was kind of surprising to a lot of people was recently Chief Keef produced a song on NBA YoungBoy's most recent album. Did you have a chance to check that out?
I haven't heard that, and that's actually, I never even heard. That's crazy. I never even heard about that. I ain't hear about that. That's interesting.
A lot of people were kind of mad at Chief Keef. They kind of felt like maybe he kind of owed some loyalty, or he shouldn't be working with NBA YoungBoy because of the things that have happened. How do you feel about that?
First, in all honesty, it's a lot of people with opinions that ain't. Do you know Sosa? Do you know YoungBoy? Everybody a part of this, and they make themselves a part of some shit that we don't know y'all. Like, if I'm looking directly, we don't know y'all, bro. We don't know y'all, folks. Like, all that is, y'all picking sides and all that shit. Don't nobody know y'all, bro. When y'all comment and do these rappers, they don't see that shit. They don't hear that shit. Nobody cares about that shit. They like y'all as fanboys because it's easy for y'all to just go and manipulate, or y'all gonna run the views up, run the comments up because y'all fanboys. But in the beginning, nobody knows y'all. And in all honesty, if Sosa want to work with somebody else like NBA YoungBoy, why wouldn't he not? Vaughn was gonna do it. And I'm just saying, Vaughn was gonna do it. When I was with Vaughn, I saw YoungBoy and him, they was talking on the phone. So it's like people from the internet and from behind the scenes, these people, they get lost into what they see. But they don't know that it's real people who, not everybody gonna give y'all the real shit that I'm gonna give y'all. Niggas don't wanna talk too much, or, not be entertaining, or not be too less of a gangster. So it's certain shit niggas won't do. So you can only get this certain talks from me and get the real from me. But in all reality, when you first told it to me, it's like, damn, why would you? But then when you think about it, bro, Sosa that's what he do. He do music. If you did music personally, if we looking at it from this standpoint, obviously y'all know my take on the music. Y'all know what I think about it. But if you do music, why would you not do a song with NBA YoungBoy if you had the chance? It just only makes sense. Like Sosa being who Sosa is. And one, Sosa is a nigga, if y'all gotta remember who started this shit. Chief Sosa, YoungBoy 9 times out of 10 look up to folks. That's a legend of him. So it ain't like, nigga, he doing YoungBoy a solid, or like YoungBoy doing him a solid. It's Sosa, you feel me? YoungBoy who he is, you can't take nothing away from him, but really it's a collide. You feel me? It ain't nobody doing no solid because they both big as shit. It's a colliding of one legend and then up and coming who these people think is a legend. That's what it is, and that's just what it is.
You mentioned that you seen Von and YoungBoy on the phone together.
Yeah.
Now, what was this like before Von blew, or was this right when he was blown up?
He was blown up. It wasn't. This was before the beef. Yeah, before the beef, they was out in AZ and they came out here plenty of times, like 2 times that I was with them. And this was before the whole beef at all. Wasn't none of that shit even sparking. Wasn't none of that even a thing yet. And like him and YoungBoy was supposed to get on some songs and shit. And I'm like, you gotta get on the song with YoungBoy, cause at this time I know what I know about the spiritual realm, but I ain't really know music was doing to us what it was doing to us until I had to seek it out through spirit and seek it out through the information that I had to seek it through. But nigga, I wanted them to get on the song, cause me personally, YoungBoy, when I first came in, I found out about YoungBoy, man, my freshman year in college, dude. And for him to be as young as he was, rapping how he was rapping with that mind, I instantly was like, if this nigga was on our block, we would have loved him. Just cause what I heard him, I'm like, we'd have loved this nigga. So I knew that Von would have loved that nigga because me and Von was one of the same. We was, you feel me? Them niggas, him and T-Roy, them niggas, like, we all did the same shit, but them niggas took it to another level. Like, it wasn't no, we finna hold gun up. So they took it to another level, but from the beginning, like, me and Von, like, bro, we one and the same. That's my brother for real. And like, YoungBoy, he was somebody that, like, I thought that he should have definitely, mixed on a song with.
One thing that I seen in a No Jumper interview, and Boss Top was saying that O Block no longer listens to NBA YoungBoy's music anymore.
Nigga, they might ain't gonna listen to it out loud, but YoungBoy, bro, stop it. Top trash music-wise, nigga, YoungBoy shitting on. If you wanna look at it this way, boy, nigga, y'all can put all y'all best lyrics together and you can't outdo one of his best songs. Like, that's just the facts. Like, nigga, they could try to do all this and do all that, but me personally, I think it's the world love controversy. When people get into it, the views go up. It's just like when people die. When motherfuckers die, the views go up. If they could stir up a controversy between folks, the views go up. Rap against each other. Start making drill songs saying what y'all gonna do. Do a lot of pictures and weird shit. Like y'all gonna do something to each other. The views go up.
Okay. Growing up in O Block and everything, have you and Chief Keef kind of ever kept in touch, or did you guys have that type of relationship?
Bro, Sosa used to be my mans. Like, they just called me. Him and Ball just called me not too long ago because of a video that I posted. Name another blogger, name anybody that y'all ever heard Sosa coming in contact with, calling them niggas, reaching out to any bloggers, anybody of that nature. Sosa y'all legend, who y'all know, legend. Bro, who they call? They call me, folks, cause I know Sosa, like, I know Keef, like, no Keef. That's my boy, like, I'm not one of them niggas who was just around and I used to see before these people was famous, they was regular, so they had to know somebody. They had to grow up and have friends with people like me. So like, but I get it. Certain niggas might have saw Sosa, they ain't really know him or have personal. Yes, I knew, bro. Like for real.
Now knowing him, that long and everything, man, what was it like kind of seeing him come up and shooting videos in O Block and going through all that?
So it was, you feel me? We always thought, like, if I'm gonna look at it from that standpoint, from the fucked up standpoint, we knew we was them niggas, bro. And when Sosa got on, it was like, we really them fucking niggas. Like, we them for real. The city know us. My freshman year is like Sosa doing this, he doing that. But take away from us being them niggas, bro, I thought for him to, bro, he was one of the only people that every time he came around, it was something that I felt, bro. He is one of them people that if anybody will really tell you that if they really know him, like most people, they ain't really spiritual like that, where they can feel like they can see the greatness in you that you probably don't even see in yourself. And I know what the hell he was gonna be, but Sosa used to dance like a motherfucker. Him and T-Roy and them dudes used to be dancing like a motherfucker, and he just always had one of those personality where it was, bro, when you go around him, folk, he illuminate, bro. So when he got on, it was like no fucking wonder why I used to feel those ways when I used to be looking at him in parties and how everybody just used to be eyes on Sosa. Like, eyes on Sosa, you feel me? And so I really just, like, it was amazing to see, bro, like somebody that came from where we came from, who go through the struggles of which we was going through. It was amazing because it wasn't like I was just somebody who saw Sosa, bro. I got real life stories with Keef, us doing shit, beating people up, and me, Keef, and Von, like, colliding shit, like, you feel me? And so it was amazing, man, us being young and him getting and all that, getting what he got and all that, man. It was, bro, it was heartwarming to see, bro. That shit was dope.
At what point did you notice, like, oh shit, like, he made it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute,
When
things are never gonna be the same. When
Soulja Boy and them started jumping on the songs. When Soulja Boy jumped on the song, then we kind of was like, all right, Soulja Boy kind of a flunky. He probably just trying to look like he with the drill shit. But then when Kanye and them jumped on, then all them niggas started jumping on folks on Pusha T and all that. We all, folks, it's over with. We knew it was over with when folks, Finally Rich, he started dropping the snippets to Finally Rich and doing all that shit, man. It was crazy. Those snippets was some of the best snippets I ever seen, bro. He had us overturned, bro. Sosa, like, I see why motherfuckers call him a legend, bro. Like, you know, I know him personally and I grew up. It's hard for, you know, ain't knowing what I know about what the fuck we got ourselves involved in, but I can see, and it's easy to understand why motherfuckers call him a legend, bro, for real.
And Chief Keef starts blowing up now, but at the same time, your guys' ops kind of start making music too at the same time? Or a little bit after?
Man, they was making music shit before Sosa even got on. Nigga, Odee. The war began with Odee and Durk and them. They rapping that fuck the other side. Durk and them had that, then Odee dropped that Odee is you. I think they dropped Odee is you serious. Then Odee heard that bitch, then he dropped fuck the other side. Like, that was that. That's when shit really was turned. But when Sosa really got on, like, for real, bro, everybody, that's when we started to have enemies from niggas we ain't even know. Like, Harvey, it's like people who ain't even from nowhere around the surrounding cities. They saying fuck our dead homies and shit like that. And it's like, bro, we don't even know y'all. We ain't at war with y'all. We at war with niggas we know. We doing this to people we know, but it's like that shit gave people a voice to, like, shit, whatever niggas they felt closer or which way too. They like, shit, we like these niggas better. Or, you know, some niggas be hating. They like these bitches. So they gonna ride with the lesser. They like to ride with the underdog. So it's like picking sides and shit of shit people really ain't got nothing to do with. Ain't involved in no way, form, no fashion.
At one point, Little Jojo releases the BDK song. You know, what was kind of the reaction from you guys when you first heard that?
Me personally, I'm like, that was stupid. I thought it was stupid because it was, first off, like, and how he was trolling, like, me, the dumbest thing I thought he was trolling Reese. He was trolling Lil Reese, how he was trolling Lil Reese, and motherfuckers know Lil Reese, and like, you don't play with Lil Reese, and you just don't play with Lil Reese. Yeah, but like, throughout the years and whatever happened to Lil Reese happened, but for Lil Reese was Lil Reese back then, and that just wasn't a motherfucker that you even played with, like, just period. But the song, I thought it was crazy. He came out with that song, man, but I said that goes his death ticket. Shit, that's what I thought. And rest in peace to Lil Jojo. I wish that all of us would have had an opportunity to live a different life, but in reality, in my mind of back then, I'm like, oh, sure, he gonna die. He assure you he got death coming. Making a song like that, and we was really what was hot. All the GDs was flipping BD. Niggas don't even know. Boss Top, all them niggas, they used to be GD. Them niggas flipped from GD, then they flip BD. These niggas is gangster. They not even from O Block. They ain't, nigga, a lot of these niggas, real O Block baby, nigga like Von, yeah, he made, y'all looking at certain people that made it famous, but like a lot of these, like, nigga, real, from Wick City, real Parkway Garden, baby, like, that be me. Sosa was one of them. Vaughn, he ain't grow up over there. Top, ain't a lot of niggas that they really ain't from a baby. Like, niggas came around when they was teenagers, and that ain't no shade on nobody or nothing like that, but, you know, the facts gotta be the facts. That's just what it is.
How much did you guys, like, feel the BDK thing when it was around? Like, and it was like...
It was irritating, and you felt it because everybody was saying BDK, everybody was just, like, so BDK now, and it's like, where you gangbanging from? What you get? What, like, that niggas downtown at the Water Tower, Chicago. You gang banging from the Water Tower, my nigga, downtown DT. Like, where you gang banging from? You all the way in fucking Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Like, ain't nothing happened. No, Madison, Milwaukee fucked up. Madison, I try to say somewhere where it's a little night. You in Madison, Wisconsin. You feel me? You really go to school with all white kids and you live a proper life, but you feel like this is a way that they showing your black people, so you want to connect to us in some type of way, not understanding that, nigga, this stay around your white people that I assure you what the fuck they got going is more fruitful than what the fuck we got going, but like people want to be connected to some shit. That's all we ever do is want to feel connected to some shit, but it was irritated, bro, with so many people. BDK this and BDK that, and back then I was heavily with that, so my back then mind frame was like, bro, we catch these niggas, we beating their ass. Who BDK? We catch y'all, we gonna beat the fuck out y'all. Like, that's really what it was. It's like, we beat anybody. You feel me? That we gonna keep it like, you know, that's what I'm gonna keep it at.
What was the reaction from you or, you know what I'm saying, everybody around when he was killed?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, from you even asking that, when I saw you ask Butter that shit, I was mad, cause I'm like, Cam, y'all heard that shit come from our video and you ain't even bring me on, you gonna bring Charmander on to ask him that shit? I was mad, but like, what in our reality, in the time and when it happened, man, God, forgive me for the evil that I don't dwell that on no more. I'm a new me now, but we was happy as hell. It was a party that day. It was a party, like, and it was raining, so we heard he got killed, and then it started raining like later on that day. Bro, it was a whole party, bro. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, niggas was happy cause everybody wanted little Jojo to die, man, and it was just fucked up how we was rooting for somebody to die, man. This is somebody, it could have been me, you know, I could have made a song and whatever, you know, he just, people, we don't know what we don't know, man, and niggas just be wanting a name and things, but like, that name might be the beginning of who Lil Jojo was to the world, was the beginning of his end, cause you see where it got him, man, it's fucked up, but that's how we was feeling, man. We was over geeked up, man, in the time. But looking back on it now, man, it's just fucked up how we look at these situations and how my heart then, like, cause, man, I hated them people, bro, cause they used to be talking about the guys, they gone and dead, and it's like, me personally, I never really, obviously I did it, cause like, bro, seeing people do stuff so much, you want to be, again, you want to feel like, oh, they doing it, you want to do it, but me, I never really was with that dissing the dead is dead, like, you feel me, bury the dead with the dead, like, and I just thought, like, people were so stupid to, like, continue to talk about the dead when you can die tomorrow, you could die today, you could die 2 seconds from now, going to the store, you could do that, you could die like that, and I'm like, people play with the dead like you can't die, so I thought that shit was stupid, and he, making them songs he did, was another one of them, yeah, that's one of them lessons right there. Play with that shit and that's what's gonna happen. You play with the fire, you will get burned. You better hope that shit won't be you better hope it's a temporary burn and not a one that's gonna last forever.
Why do you think Dissing the Dead caught on so much in Chicago more than other areas?
Cause it's a spirit behind Dissing the Dead. Also, it's a spirit behind the music, the beats that is behind the music, so it's like people, like, again, take these raw ass beats away from the music and hear these niggas just say that shit out loud without the beat. Like, it's attractive and like, it's like a play on our psyche, like the unknown, kind of like, because we don't really know what it's like when a person die. All we has is like the thoughts behind it, and to some it's scary, but to some, a lot of other people, again, like, we the Bible talks about how, like, from a man, from his birth, from a child, man's heart desperately wants to be evil. And how good is that evil? And it's like, and if you lean towards evil and you feel me, you harness that evil, how good could that evil be? Look at the world. Like, evil is so good that it presents itself as light. You think you think it's just entertainment. Like, that's how good evil is. You feel me? And in our reality, I feel like that like, it's interesting when people talk about people that died and people they outside looking in and they like, dang, these niggas really going at these. And it's like, but it's the one thing that people will click for. So if you know people will click for, it's easier to do. It's easier for us to, like, man, we know if we diss this and we make it sound good, that this shit gonna run up because we diss they dead homies. It's again, it's controversy, bro. And controversy is what drives numbers up, because if it's just good talk, all just straight talk, like God talk, ain't nobody watching that, man. Ain't nobody gonna watch it. Ain't nobody gonna click it. Ain't nobody gonna, but if it's something of depth, if it's something that niggas is fighting amongst each other, then people gonna click.
I thought we'd get into your whole story and everything. You got a pretty, interesting story growing up in O Block and everything. So at what point, at what age did you move there? Or were you actually, like, born in O Block?
No, definitely not. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and it was kind of like from my birth, I was born at 7 months, man. My dad, he died, he got killed in jail. Long story short, he got killed at 18 in jail, and my mom, them, they found out how he died and things like that, and then she, like, went into labor, and then I came out at 7 months, and I wasn't premature. I was premature because of months, but I was, like, really ready to come out. I was 8 pounds, 16 ounces. I wasn't small at all at 7 months. I was ready to come out. So things happened, and hey, it happened the way it happened, but
your dad died when your mom was pregnant with you?
Yeah. My dad died when my mom was pregnant with me, and
did that cause her to have you early?
That's what she said. Like, when she called she called over to, like, my dad's house to like see what she calling, and then they told her, and then she like, what? Like, what you mean? Like, I was just finna come up over there, and then from there she went into labor, and I was born like that. I was born at like 12 in the morning that day, but that night, you feel me? Like, that next morning, you feel me? But you know how 12 o'clock be, it's damn near like it's the night, but like it's a new day.
Right. Damn.
Yeah,
okay.
but so yeah, I went from to not foreshadow, but to kind of just like expedite things. I was 7 when I moved to Chicago. But like my whole life story is crazy because I went through a whole string of things in Detroit, but like, is we getting to all that, or you just want to get into how I get to O Block? Because for like, the story is probably too long to even go into all details, you hear what I'm saying? Like, and that's, is what made me, why I probably to some I could seem as wise as I am, but I've been through a lot. Like, so again, it's what parts you really trying to go in on.
Well, let's touch a little bit on Detroit. About what it was like for you at that age.
Well, yeah. So like from what I remember, man, it was crazy, man. My family, they was on drugs heavy, bro. Like, and I was born in '95, so like during that time, that's like right after the crack epidemic. So it's still prevalent. Crack is still prevalent right now to today. So obviously, right then, a couple years from them, the war on drugs, it was still like heavily, the people was heavily like involved with crack and stuff. And my mom, she got into drugs at 12 because her mom actually gave her and my auntie an opportunity to and my auntie told me this. A lot of time I can't believe what my mama say, because my mama's still on drugs right now, and she'll make up a story and shit just so she can get some money or just try to have a heart-to-heart. That's why a lot of people, like, they try to do shit like that, just break up something heart-to-heart. But yeah, so my mom kind of got into drugs that way when she was 12, and she been on it her whole life. And me, from the things that I can remember to get back to that point, man, I remember growing up in a family where, like, we used to get our ass beat, dude. I remember like everybody, my uncles them, they was on heroin. My grandma and them probably was on, my mama was on crack. But my granny and them probably did crack and heroin because I remember now, like my uncle and them, they did heroin. That's what they did. Getting older and talking to my cousin them, that was their drug of choice. They sold it, they did it. One of my cousins overdosed at 16 off of heroin. That was what was around. And like, dude, one of the times, bro, I say like my uncles and them, bro, they really used to beat us. Like, I ain't talking about you getting, and I was like 4 or 5, like for real, and they, about 4 of us, me, James, Jamar, and Naeem, I believe. Maybe another one of us stay, oh, go wash up. Like, this is the shit. Like, anger in my family runs prevalent. And we gonna get there and you'll kind of see how fucked up it really is in my family. Just like, well, niggas talk about, oh, bro, you think cause you O Block and you from O Block, that's why you a killing it. But no, nigga, that killing in my family, that shit run deep. I go against the grain so I won't be what they was because all of them dead. All my uncles, all of them are dead or in jail for murders. Shit you could really look up, like no play shit. Like my whole family damn near extinct, like for real. But like, my uncles was like, man, y'all go get y'all ass in the tub. And then when y'all get out, anybody who got dirt on them, y'all getting beat. So we all in the tub again. I'm the youngest. I'm one of the youngest. My cousin, them, they older than me. They could wash up and still play and do all this. You know, kids gonna be kids. And we got soap all in our eyes, man. I got soap all in my eyes. I don't know what they did. I know we get out of the tub, man. As soon as we get out, like they get peroxide, put it on tissue, and then they start wiping us. And it's like, I think about it now, I got a little bit, my mind is way more intricate. I could think for myself and things like that. But like, nah, it's like, why would you go? I feel like if I could wash up right now and I get out and you put peroxide on the towel and you rub my skin hard enough, you might still get dirt. You feel me? We was made from dirt. Like, what do you mean? But like, so they brutalized. Beat. I'm talking about a snitching cord. No, ain't no love. You getting beat with belts, man. My uncle and them used to really beat us. Punching. Like, it was like a fucking mad. It was crazy, bro. Like, I used to go upstairs and come back down. The next thing you know, I can't go back. Nigga, drugs embody spirits and it bring upon demonic activity, I believe, because like, in order for people to get into those things, they always got to do some type of drug. They always got to be off some type of something that makes your mind or your spirit go to another place that you just not are when you sober-minded. So it was a lot of fucked up shit, man. My granny, one of the times, dude, like me, I had one of those minds, I'm impulsive. So if I think of some shit, I do it no matter how crazy. Now I'm better at controlling myself, but it was coffee, right? It was coffee, and then I saw like the little cream or some shit. And I just put it in there, not really thinking about it. And nigga, like it sat there, and my granny come in like at night, late at night. This ain't no shit you would ever think could come back to bite you. And for real. And so she get it. She obviously asks, like, man, who did this, who did that? They must have, when else it had to be Doo-Boo. That's the name that they call me and shit. And nigga, she smashed that whole bitch on me as I'm like 4, dude. I'm like 4, 5. It's freezing outside. We live in Detroit. It's cold as hell. She hit me with that bitch. That bitch break. I got coffee all up on me. And then that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part, go stand outside. Nigga, I'm standing outside in the freezing fucking cold with coffee on me as a kid. And the back porch is cold as hell. And I'm like, so I was traumatized, bro. Like, it made me angry. A lot of that shit is why I'm a loving person, but I'm quick. Like I say, anger is like my quick switch. You feel me? Anger is my quick switch. So, man, I was damn near like hella traumatized with that, but I was still a lover. And then that grandma that did that to me, man, I was finna say the pleasure, but definitely was not a pleasure. I seen her get killed by her husband, man. He killed her in front of us, man. The stories be so long to even get into, man, but I saw her die. Then I moved with my granny because I didn't want to stay. I moved with my granny from my dad's side because my uncles and them, they used to be beating the fuck out of me, at least. I used to get beat. I don't know why. Like, for nothing. Crazy shit, man. But again, I like to say it was the drugs. And then when I moved with my granny on my dad's side, shortly after she passed away. Like, so now I'm 7 years old. My auntie like, man, I got these kids. My mama just died. It's too much for me. So now it's time for like, Jamal gotta go. Like, Jamal gotta go, you feel me? Jamal gotta go fast. Like, so my mom, all her kids, really when she had them, my mom's from Detroit and Chicago. Somehow I was in Chicago, but everybody that was before me, they was born in Detroit, except for my little sister, which I later found and through Facebook on some crazy shit. She found me because she got adopted to a family we ain't know nothing about. Long story, another story. But my sisters, they all got adopted to this one family. And it was like the family of my mom's friend. And so when my mom came to get me, because my auntie like, man, I can't take care of them no more, I went to Chicago. And then that's when boom, that's over. We stayed in another part of Chicago for a minute while I was 8, and then we moved to Chicago. I moved to Chicago when I was 9, not 8. I was 9 when I moved on the block. But we already had family members who stayed on the block, so I was already still familiar with the block at 8. But I ain't moved there until I was 9. So yeah, when I moved to Chicago, like on the part that I did stay on, it was called the quiet end, and with Von, them, New Wop, all them niggas stayed at, that was not the quiet end. The end that I originally grew up in, it was called the church end. That's how like good it looked different. Like, it looked totally different. Like, everybody know, anybody who know how the block look, they say, oh, the grass down there was green. Like, for real. Grass down there had patches in it, bro. It looked fucked up. It looked like they cleaned up on the church end, like everything was straight. But what it was, the church end just had more older people. It was more older people. They was moving it. They was kind of gentrifying it by age in a way through our own people, because the older people, that's why we called it the church end. Old folks, when you think about old people, you think about church and shit. And then it was a church down there that they all went to and stuff like that. But yeah, that was my how I got to the block, man. And shit, it was, you know, as a kid, you don't really experience too much. But I do remember, like, them niggas, they used to be, before I got to know New Wop and them, because Von, them, these niggas wasn't around. Sosa, Von, Sosa was around for sure. Sosa, a real one of them. Sosa, New Wop, probably Shine, and some more names of people that they probably don't know because they ain't like famous or got famous like that. Like, they used to be chasing niggas because they went to Dulles, and I used to be chasing like my friends that I had in that park. They used to be chasing their ass home and shit. So every time before they came home, I made sure I was already in the crib before them niggas came to the park chasing them niggas home. So yeah, it wasn't too much going on till like when I was young, and then when I got older, then obviously shit changed. And that was like 12, nigga. When I was 12, that was like 15 for us. Cause when you was 12, we was doing grown man shit. Before 12, nigga, before we was 12, we was out there doing grown man shit probably. That's just a fact. But 12 just seemed like the more personable thing to say, like, and that ain't even personable. Like, that shit don't even sound right when you really think about like 12, like, bro, that's not no life you experienced, but that's what it was.
When it was that young, it was called Wick City.
Yeah,
at the time?
It was Wick City when we was all the way up until Odee died. Like, it had a bunch of, like, we got a bunch of names: Sherrod Squad, Keto World, Rodreezyville. It's a Toontown. It's a lot of names because, like, the people died, but, like, the one name that stuck, like, nigga, when O died, nigga, like, this ain't Wick City no more. This O Block, nigga, this O Block. But yeah, that was the name, Wick City, and people used to make fun of us and shit, because, like, you know, like, growing up on food stamps and stuff, you get some shit called the Wick. You get some Wick, they give you free milk, you get all this shit, it's called Wick. And since we had Wick City, they used to be, yeah, y'all last year's don't broke Wick, baby. We live in a project, so people used to, you know, call us broke and say, y'all still sucking out the titty of y'all mama milk and still sipping that Similac, because, like, the Wick, that's what you get from the Wick and shit, you get Similac and all that. So it was kind of like a little joke people used to use against us.
At what age did you start meeting everybody, the guys that we would know?
Well, shit. Well, it's kind of like what age they started meeting me, because I was around before the niggas that got fame and rose to fame. I was around before they was around. But when I started to meet the guys who was the guys, 9 years old, 9, 10, that's when I met them, when I was 9 and 10. But again, like, I met, like, again, when I moved on the block, we moved on the 65th end. We stayed on the 65th end, and I moved there when I was 9. But we moved because we was staying with somebody. So we moved to 6426. This is where Odee stayed. Odee Perry, who was the reason why O Block is O Block, they moved out. They ain't stay on the block no more. And I moved into where he stayed at. And around then I had to be 9 or 10. And then that's when I started meeting Sean, and meeting TP, meeting Nuwop, you feel me? And then hanging with Jarvis and the Prince family, the Wade family, all them, T-Roy, Troy's. I forget Troy, but Troy always been around and shit. Jamal Hawkins, motherfuckers. That's when I started, but like 10 years old is when I started really getting in cahoots and being friends with them for real.
Now, growing up, you know, and it being called Wick City and everything, man, you know, I'm sure there was like a lot of older guys.
Hell yeah.
That were out there doing their thing. You know, did you kind of like know a lot of them? Did they kind of like take you under their wing and help you out and everything?
Bro, hey, people, they think that I come out with these stories like I can make this shit up, but like, bro, I got a lot of close personal stories. That's just how life went, and maybe so that I'll be able to tell the stories because I'll be the only one that had the courage too. Maybe that's the way it went, but in reality, hell yeah, bro. Me, everybody know me. Like me, I'm not no motherfucker that just came up over there like, oh, niggas will get down on and be able to. No, probably because of some of the shit that I said. A lot of people, they don't watch him until they have to really see the message I was putting behind that shit, the street shit, because niggas will look at you like a snitch until they really see what I'm really doing. But hell yeah, all the OGs, yes, I not seeing them, but like, yeah, but as far as taking me, I'm talking about OG. If you talk about who we consider the big, like, it's different. I'm in my group with my guys, then we got the big guys, and then we got the OGs. The big guys will be Duke, them, Sherrod, C Murder, Top, you feel me, Dayon, who ain't here, the Big A, them the big guys. And me, Von, Sean, Nuwop, all us, like we was the next under them and shit like that. T-Roy, we was the next under them, and then it'll be Muwop, who was the next, who y'all know about now. He was the second generation, like he was like after us and shit, like, cause that's just how the generations this shit kind of feel. But yeah, I know everybody. It ain't no big name that you know that niggas that's big names. I used to make, you feel me? If I wasn't really like this with them, I used to make their ass cry. That's what it really was, for real.
You know, you mentioned your friendship with him. You know, how'd you guys meet and everything? And you know what I'm saying, what was he kind of like back then?
Well, personally, Odee was older than me, so it's not like I had like a close relationship. Like I'm going to Odee crib or we real buddy. O was somebody like, nigga, I'm one of the little guys. O always out here. He just like, you know, we get close because, nigga, we always outside together playing football, playing sports, and being around and doing things like that. And that's like the relationship that I had with O, because I was again, O done moved off the block. So when you saw O on the block. You feel what I'm saying? Cause like I ain't going, like you gotta go back with him back to his crib. They ain't stay on the block, you feel what I'm saying? But what I seen and all the things that I gathered from him, folks love white ones and he loved Timbs. He the reason why a lot of the people wet Timbs the way that they wet them today, wear them in the summer. But bro, O was like a Vine, bro. He was real cool. Like he was not, like you would never think, like some of the stories and the shit that was tied, to their name, you would never think that about them because they weren't overly aggressive. These niggas, and that be like I'm overly aggressive. I'ma beat your ass, but you gonna know I'ma beat your ass. Like Von them, you not gonna know Von and Odee gonna beat your ass until you see them. Like you gotta say something to really get them going. Me, I'm pretty much already going. If people can't tell, I'm loud. I'm gonna say what the fuck I wanna say. That's just how I am. And like, so them, they preserve them. They was kind of more preserved until you get in that crowd with them, and then you can kind of, maybe the people who was actually with him every day, oh man, O is probably, what I seen out of O is probably a different version from what they got from him if you seeing him and you at a nigga crib and you doing shit like that. But O was one of them silent killers. Like, he ain't saying too much. Odee went out there talking to know everybody, and that's one thing they'll tell you. He went out there talking, and bro, O ain't never really talked that much on bro from what I seen. It wasn't no making jokes. A lot of niggas be jokesters. And again, that's what I like. Other people might have saw that side of him. I didn't.
What do you think it was about Odee that made him so loved? I mean, because not everybody gets a block named after them.
Man, first and foremost, what it was, why the block was named, he was one of the first deaths that was from the ops. This was the first. This was Odee, and then Odee was one of the first ones that was really out there fucking with the guns. He was really shooting, really blowing. Like, before somebody died, y'all, it was shots being sent, and we knew O was that nigga that, bro, I remember seeing Tune and Trey Five, them niggas, and they in the summertime on bikes, ski masks, all black hoodies, broad daylight, you feel me, going to slide, shoot shit, like, and that's the type of shit O was. And O had one of those personalities that everybody just loved him. And again, when you the first to die, like Tuka was, a lot of them say like Tuka wasn't no major gangbang or nothing like that, but you got Tukaville and that shit still stick. When you one of the first to die, man, it hit harder. And that was one of the, not just saying that was it, bro, because his funeral, nigga, I ain't never seen nobody funeral that packed. I didn't even know Odee knew all them people. That bitch was packed. People couldn't even get in that bitch on my life. And I'm like, I seen hella years. How the hell he know all these people? I ain't know how he did, bro, but O was loved, like overly loved. His funeral was packed. I've been to Odee funeral, Sherrod, Whitey, like all the real, like niggas, a lot of niggas who talking all that shit out, they ain't been to they don't know nothing about none of that. They ain't get to see folks daddy, his brother crying and the story that stuck with me forever, like just like the shit that you probably hate and irritate you most about people be the shit that you love the most when they gone. Like I heard that shit from Odee brother when he said that at his funeral, and I'm like, damn, like it was just something to think about, like that's fucked up, like you were irritated about it, but then they leave. It's like, man, I wish he was here to bug me, and like that stuck with me, like from him having to go through that experience, you feel me? I never want to put nobody through that shit from my death, you feel me? Because you just never know. But yeah, that was basically my my take around with man. Rest in peace to my boy for sure. I think I remember what he had on in his casket. Then yeah.
What was the effect overall, like the vibe and the energy that happened after he passed away?
Man, I remember like it was. I remember the day after Odee died, man, me and Nadisha walking around the block, and in my head, I swear, it's like I always foresee some shit or I think about some shit in the come past. And I was like, damn, I wonder what the hell we finna call the block now, because we had Reezyville before O died, but like Reezy was one of the older guys, and he was with the older, he really wouldn't like in our camp or like the big guys, because he was a grown-ass man. So when O died, I'm like, damn, I wonder what they gonna have a block name after folks now. And then as soon as we came around, we all the way on the 65th end, and I saw that bitch right there spray painted on the garbage can, O block. I tell Nadisha, I'm like, I just thought of that shit. I'm like, I knew they was gonna call this bitch O block, like I knew he was gonna. It was funny, but the vibe, bro, crazy. The vibe when motherfuckers die, it don't be no sad vibe. Like when the funeral hit, it be sad, but like it be like, motherfucker, like chaos bring motherfuckers together, and it be good vibes. It's like you see all the motherfuckers that you love when they come around. It's like the good laughs. It's like a family. It was like a family reunion, a gang members when O died type shit. Other than that, like we was still thinking about the situation and get back and how niggas want to go plan this and do that. But other than that, man, I'm sure like. It wasn't we was having sorrow in our hearts for our boy, like, damn, it's fucked up, but like it was so much going on, so many people around that like, it was like parties, bro, every day. It was done at like parties on bro. That's what you could call it.
You mentioned that being the first death that you went through, and I think you also mentioned that you were there for it.
Yeah, when O died, yeah, I was out there. I ran and then I came back, but I was out there.
How do you think that affected you growing up?
Man, I already seen my granny get killed, so like it's not so much I was desensitized to it, but like I could tell you it made me who I am right now this day, that I don't want to see that happen to nobody or see nobody go through it or feel the feelings that we felt. But back then, man, it was so like to be in that moment. It was crazy because I'm like, damn, we was just out here with O, and then in my head, I'm thinking like, damn, Odee wasn't even supposed to die. Because like BJ, I know I came out in the future shit and I misplaced it with Top, but it wasn't Top, it was BJ. BJ was like, I know where they shot from. I seen them riding their bikes up and down, how they was and shit in my head. I'm like, why the fuck is y'all outside like the gates and shit? When y'all know this damn near what time, these niggas come past shooting all the time. And niggas just wasn't dying. And I just remember them riding that bitch again. And I remember riding BJ and seeing BJ and what's it called them. And I'm like, man, and in my head, I'm like, I don't know if I think about this now or if I think about it because when dudes start fucking shooting and afterwards I came back and I'm like, damn, because I don't want to say nothing. Motherfucker like, you seen them shooting? But like, nigga, I was literally right fucking there. I can't remember the exact moment because soon as shots get to ringing off, I'm gone. I'm not so much. People walk up and down the strip all the fucking time to go to Sammy's. I think it was Sammy's then, but yeah, people walk. It wasn't Sammy's then. It was, maybe it was Sammy. It didn't really matter. But yeah, people used to come up and down that strip from STL to O Block or EBT to O Block or Vernon to O Block or to King Drive. Cause that's like basically where O Block was. That's like our whole strip. And seeing that shit, man, and then thinking about like, damn, O wasn't even closest to the shooter, BJ was, fact. And O got hit with all the shots. And it was just like, damn, bro, it was sad, man. And then T-Roy was right there with him his last little moments. And T-Roy, and then T-Roy said that O was like, damn, they got me, bro. Like that was his last words into that. So that shit changed T-Roy. That shit changed T-Roy. Me, T-Roy, all us, Vaughn, we used to be in cahoots. Yes, niggas used to have guns, but we just used to have it so that the big guys wouldn't call us pussy. It's just like when you grow up in the hood and niggas like, you ain't getting no pussy, you ain't no nothing, you a lame, you a goofy. So niggas finna do what? We finna try to fuck and do all this. We might not even want it, but like we finna try to open ourselves up to it so niggas can't talk about us. That's the world we live up in. And so yeah, we had guns and all that, but like man, after O died, boy, Troy and them, niggas was crawling down the porch at first. That shit happened, Troy and Vaughn, what them niggas jumped off head first, and when they did, they jumped off at a higher level, more aggressive than the niggas who was around O was. But yeah, it was messed up, man. Seeing him die like that, man. But shit, we experienced so many more of the guys dying, bro. I know over 100 people dead, so this shit it's wicked out here. Over wicked, bro.
Now going through all this and seeing all that death in O Block, do you feel like, I think you mentioned kind of being desensitized to it and everything.
Hell yeah. Then you asking me, do I feel like I'm desensitized? Was desensitized? Hell yeah. Because certain deaths of people that I knew, it didn't have the effect that it should have had. Like, I just seen Lil Tyshawn just died. Man, Top and them cousin, these people who, you feel me, that when they was around, man, like, you gonna fuck with everybody. You gonna really get to know everybody. And some of them, man, just seeing some of the younger dudes die, like when I known them were some of the ones that I felt was supposed to hit so hard, but because I had to go through the O and Sherrod and J Money and all these, and bro, there's so much death. And then nigga, not only from the guys, I had death going on in my family, you feel me? So it's personal, then your friends dying, it's like everybody dying. Then like the lady that adopted me, she died. Like I was just so accustomed to death, you feel what I'm saying? Then like fast forward, me, the guy helping me out with my life, and I go to college and all that, now he dead. It's like, bro, death to me is very desensitized because truthfully, a lot of people talk about that's all they know, but nigga, me, I came in through death. Personal, my dad died, I was born. Nigga, to move my grandma, she died. Move my other grandma, she died. Then another lady that I call my grandma, she died. Somebody else take me in and give me everything that help me do all that. Then he killed himself, he commit suicide. So like, bro, I'm desensitized to that shit, bro. And it's crazy because this ain't normal for when I'm going to college and experiencing and getting all the great memories from talking to people who didn't have to go through the shit that I had, and I loved it because it was like, damn, you really live like that? Like, you know the shit it exists, but you don't really know until you get to like live it, or you get to speak to somebody that do it. You know, like that shit unfamiliar territory. You just like that shit. We know about, we heard about it, but like shit to hear about something and to see it or to speak to somebody who has is different. And that shit opened up my eyes on like, man, like my homies that was in college and doing all that shit that I met through football, they wasn't going through no deaths. They probably had like one or maybe two their whole life up until this point. Or maybe they grandma passed from old age or some shit, but the shit that we know and that we go through, that shit ain't common and it shouldn't be.
I believe you mentioned you played sports.
Yeah.
Going through all this and having to go to school and playing sports, man, what was all that like? You know, and what sports did you play?
I played football, basketball, and baseball. Going to school, well, like middle school, that shit wasn't nothing. High school, because then this was when Sosa was on. Like, man, in reality, you just had to worry about not running into the ops. If you could not run into the ops or not get caught in a place that you ain't supposed to be, shit, you would be straight. And then me and we had O Block got a luxury that not other many blocks got. We got buildings and there's gates before you gotta come through before you can even get in the building. And motherfuckers talk through O Block. So if motherfuckers see you don't look familiar, you look like you come with a lot of motherfuckers, we gonna know. Because people talk like this, that shit gonna come to us so quick. There's eyes everywhere and shit like that. So the luxury of staying there ain't like the luxury of you living, you on Eberhard and STL and them niggas just sitting on a porch, no gate, no nothing, and they ass just open fire. Us, like, nigga, I was there when Platoon died and shit like that, nigga, and really it was supposed to be me and shit. I ain't gonna say it was supposed to be me because it wasn't supposed to be me because I'm still here, so it wasn't supposed to be me none. But if what never happened, then it damn near could have been. But growing up on a block, it wasn't as bad, man. It's the poverty and the people that you really so much inflicted by it. But you really do gotta keep your head on a swivel because it just depends on when. Because when after O died, it was bad. You know, it was bad, but bad. And then it got worse, so it's like, nigga, hell no, you can't even go across the street to the store no more. It was a point where it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. But then when it got all hell broke loose, when it was really fucked up, when niggas was dying back and forth, and it was like they really killing niggas on death days and shit like that, trying to slide and do all that, man, it was ugly. And that's how O died. O got killed. He got killed on Tuka Death Day. They came and killed O on the day that the guys killed Tuka.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Then you mentioned high school a little bit. You know, what was high school like for you? And you know what I'm saying? You mentioned you had to just try to avoid the ops.
High school, well, my freshman, sophomore year, that shit was, I went to Harlan, and not many, it wasn't no ops out there at all. But like shit, it was just 9-5 mob, the gang from out there, so it was straight. And for us, it was like we had a lot of people really just dick riding because they knew we was from O Block. Sosa was hot, Sosa was bumping. And then my junior year, I say was the turn. I say where, like, well, really sophomore year, because then I dropped out because shit, like, it wasn't no getting on, but it was too cracking. It was cracking where you really couldn't get on the bus. Motherfuckers turned the buses off. They turned that bus off, boy. They finna, it get ugly. And people don't even know that you could turn a bus off. They like, you could turn off a public transportation, and it's like, yeah, all they gotta do is pop the motherfucking thing and then hit the switch. That bitch gonna whoop. Whole bus shut off and it get dark on that hoe, like, for real. But you had to watch out for a lot of that, man. Watch out for people who might have noticed some faces, cause that's why I kept my face out of shit. I ain't in no videos, I ain't in no pictures because I might have to travel and I might have to do this. I don't want them people to know my fucking name. I don't want them to know my face. I don't want them to see me and, oh, he from O Block. Like, so yeah, really you had to make sure you was really ducking your taco if you was by yourself. Or ducking your head, man. I'm talking about ducking your taco. Y'all got me talking so Chicago, bro. Like, like what's ducking your taco like? But yeah, man, that's what it was, man. It was wild. Shit, you can't go to the store now. Shit, that's how Sherrod got killed. Just over there, they stuck his hand over the gate. Boom. Shit, crazy.
You mentioned, you know, Chief Keef blowing up and it kind of bringing drama to you at school and everything. You know, what was it like when Chief Keef would come back to the block and kind of visit and everything after he kind of had everything already cracking?
That shit was weird. he could never come. It ain't never been a time since like he got on. I think Whitey funeral was the only time, and maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I think it was the only time they didn't smack it. It was the police was everywhere. But every time Sosa came back to the block, you would have thought that we just went over there, shot, ran back, that helicopters, motherfucking SWAT cars. It was like they did the old block Bay car all over again. Cause when they did the Bay car, man, there was so many motherfucking police cars that came up over there, man. That shit was crazy. But that's what I say, bro. Like it was always hella police around, bro. He could never be around and enjoy the time. We could never really enjoy his time on the block because every time he came around, the police came around every single time.
How'd they find out that he was there all the time? Somebody was calling him all the time?
Man, once a nigga get famous, he go back on his block, bro. Everybody pulling out the cameras. Everybody want to take a picture. Everybody looking out the windows. Hey, Sosa. Everybody, like, when that nigga came around, you would have thought that it was Christmas time and Santa letting everybody see him and he giving out gifts while motherfuckers awoke, not sleep. That's how it was. Everybody, it was like a fucking parade. Like Barack Obama coming to the block. Like, he famous, he on TV. He done been with all these people we used to watch on TV, and now that's Sosa. So it used to be crazy. So maybe through that, motherfuckers posting shit and through stuff like that.
Now, I mean, I think everybody knows, Chief Keef ain't been there in years, man. Do you think Chief Keef misses O Block?
Hell no. He probably missed the old times and reminisce on the memories and all the shit that he done that we used to go through and the shit like that. But to miss what? Ain't nothing to miss over that shit. The main goal was to get the fuck up. I need to stop cursing some of the main goal was to come from up out of that. So no. And when I talked on the phone with him, no, he don't miss them. He don't miss the guys. He don't miss no folks good where he at. He living. He ain't worried about none of that. Ain't nothing to miss, man, especially when you got unloyal ass motherfuckers from that place and they done, what's to miss? There ain't nothing to miss, shit. Niggas look back and be like, man, I missed the old of what it used to be. The block don't even look the same no more. That block, boy, that shit don't even look the same. All the trees got cut down, all the diamonds, they removed all of the old block looks completely the same. It used to be diamonds in there with concrete and then it would be a gate that is made in the form of a diamond, but it was a gate. And like we used to be playing football, blind man, bluff, killer man, all type of shit, man. So yeah, niggas probably missed the old times, but hell no, ain't nothing to go back for. And he could go back if he wanted to.
He could go back if he wanted to.
Who gonna do? Maybe a young dummy might try to, like anybody can do something to somebody. Anybody can have something done to him, but Sosa is well loved. The internet and all that shit, it might be niggas like, certain niggas like Top who we know hate on him and he can trick the minds of everybody else, but these niggas really love Sosa. They might talk shit when Top right there, but when Top ain't there and if it's Sosa there, niggas gonna fuck with Sosa more than they fuck with Top, cause niggas like, it's a more genuine person. You feel me? Shit like that, boy. Everybody loves Sosa. He made the song for a reason. It just happened like the authentic niggas love Sosa, period. That's the facts. Everybody love Keef. Oh God.
Yeah, I was interviewing Takeoff not too long ago, and he was telling me that like, he was, well loved, not just in O Block, but like everywhere. All the other hoods, 600, 300, and Front Street, and like he was like one of the only ones that like everybody fuck
with Sosa from everywhere. That's why he can say he from Lamron. He can say he from O Block. He can say he from Front Street. He can say he from THF. You feel me? Cause they really fucked with him like that. And it wasn't Sosa was everywhere, bro. Sosa and T-Roy, them niggas was everywhere. Him and his best friend, before T-Roy and Von them became best friend, and then they evil twin on some evil twin shit. But yeah, T-Roy, Sosa was well respected and well connected everywhere.
I think it would be huge if he ever went back and like shot a music video there. It would be like the biggest thing in hip hop for a long time. Yeah,
it would, but he ain't. Man, Sosa's so enclosed off. He ain't fucking. He done seen something maybe around the ways or what the guys did, well when they did it, doing that, going to his crib and doing all that, bro. But In our reality, dude, he ain't fucking with that shit. He already good and said if he go back to do something at old block, it ain't to help him, it's to help them. And he good, so he ain't helping nobody. He feel like, nigga, any chances of me trying to help y'all ruin that.
One person that I see talked about a lot, but like, it's more like just like people talking like in Reddit and, you know what I'm saying, on the internet and everything, that I know was like a really loved member, was T. Roy. You know, what do you think was like your favorite memory hanging out with him?
My favorite memory, I mean, like the favorite, like we share the same birthday. So he was the first person that I ever knew that had the same birthday as me. So it's like, bro, happy birthday, Scorpio. Like that's what we used to say to each other. Hey, happy birthday, Scorpio. Happy birthday, Scorpio. Like that shit got corny when we started getting older. Like, happy birthday, my boy, happy birthday. Like we start calling each other Scorpios and shit. Because like, that's what, you a Scorpio, for? Yeah, I'm a Scorpio. When your birthday? We got the same birthday. Oh, damn, Scorpio. Like, that's how it kind of like happened when we first found out. But, man, my favorite memories with T. Roy was just his presence, bro. And we both alpha males. And I remember this one time, bro, like we was fake airboxing. Like, cause T. Roy, he's short, but he can fight. And me, I'm tall. And I'm like, T. Roy, bro, you can fight, but you can't beat me. I'll beat your ass. Ain't nobody shorter than me finna beat me up. That's just me. You shorter than me, ain't no way you beat me up. I beat your. And so me and him used to always have like that going, you for you up, boy, you don't wanna. So we start airboxing and I'm just really showing him like, bro, my arm's too long for you. You little as hell, bro. And you could get that shit off on other niggas. Me, too aggressive. We the same. You're not gonna be able to do it. And so we was airboxing one time and I made a mistake and hit that nigga in his mouth. And he got so mad. And really me, I let him do what he did because I made a mistake and punched him. But he got so angry and like that nigga fake scared me. For what the fuck? I'm down for like it was an accident. And then he just started like punching me in my body. Like I let him do it. I could have whooped him up or like deflected it, but I'm like shit. I just kind of balled up. He just tearing off on me. I'm damn. Like I be thinking about that to this day. Like when I made a mistake, but like. It was funny to me because I was really showing him like, I'll fuck you up. And I just happened to make a mistake and rocked his ass. And then that's what happened. But bro, just being around T-Roy, period. But I'm missing the thing we did every day. We used to flip together. Troy used to come get me every morning. Then when we met Vaughn, we used to flip on dirty mattresses. Me, Lil Terry, that's his Troy. This Troy, I think his damn uncle, but I think it's his cousin. This is Troy's cousin, Lil Terry, and man, every day. Troy used to come get me. We used to flip on the dirty mattresses, or we flipping on concrete, like, and that was probably our best fun times outside of just hurting people and having fun that way, man. We used to flip together. That Troy was my boy, like real life, coming to get me. Ain't no, I used to just see these people. No, Troy used to come get me. When we met Vaughn, Vaughn used to come get me. Lil Gooch was my best friend, but I really got personal relationships with people, like, and with real memories, bro. Like me and Troy, yeah, that was, I say that for sure. Definitely rest in peace to him, man.
We mentioned Chief Keef going back to Old Block. Now, at any point, do you ever plan on going back and maybe trying to do, you know what I'm saying, helping out from there, from going back, or are you good where you're at?
Hell no, because where I'm at, what I'm doing, shit, if you want the help, all you gotta do is click on YouTube and you can see the help from there. If the Most High make me move and to go, because I ain't gonna lie to you, Cam, I'm a loving person, but I ain't no damn fool. And ain't nobody gonna play with me neither. So it's like me going back would mean that I'm about to put myself in a whole different mind frame, because you ain't killing me. If I'm coming out, I'm smart, I'm gonna do the shit the legal way. So everybody gonna come and we gonna have guns too, but we gonna do it the legal way. And it's like, if I gotta do all that to go back to where I'm from, like I shouldn't go. Because I don't want nobody to die and I don't want nothing to like, my main goal is to preach love and to preach truth and to bring us to what we need to come around to, so we can wake up and know who we truly are and not who they told us we are. All of us, period. Not just black people, but the whole fucking world has been lied to and told that we were somebody else different, so that a certain group of people wouldn't know who they was. But at the end of the day, bro, I think if the work, if what I'm doing, if it leads and it goes to that, then yeah, I would. I wouldn't, like, that's where I'm from, man. I love them. But sometimes you gotta love a motherfucker you gotta love people from a distance, bro. You gotta be able to love people from a distance, because the moment that you go back to the place you graduated from, it's gonna swallow you up. Like, that's why Durk Womar, you ain't no real nigga if you can't go back to your hood. That's Satan himself talking to you, nigga. Why would you, bro, some niggas don't like the fact that you might made it up, or people seeing you and they still stuck here. Shit, hell no, I don't go back. And I ain't going back unless, again, if the Most High tell me to go back and this shall cost my life, I'ma do it, because this life is temporary, nigga. I'ma get a new life, new name, new body, and it'll be eternal. I ain't worried about the things that I can see. I'm focused on the things that I can't see, because these things will pass over, and those things that we can't see will last forever. Quotation, and y'all should know who said it.
You mentioned Durk saying you're not real if you can't go back to your hood. Now, do you feel like that is just, something that like is like more of a street thing? Like, street dudes want to be proud to be able to go back to their hood?
That's some street shit, but that's Satan. That's Satan. Like, and it's Satan, anybody could, again, take upon that evil spirit. You just call them a spirit. Why would you want niggas who made it out of these environments? We ain't talking about helping them get out of these environments, and people don't even know what help really look like. They think that if you give a broke nigga who don't know how to handle money $10,000, what he gonna do with it? He gonna spend it. So people think money is, we think love, we don't know what real love is. We don't know what real help is. But I would definitely say that it is something that street niggas want to keep it up, because that's what gets them to where they at. That image, that gangster shit is what gets them to who they is. So I can't drop all this if that's what y'all like got me to position of power of being. I gotta, even if I was faking, I gotta keep faking it. Some people can change up the message, and some, if they want to keep buzzing how they buzzing, they just go along with you feel me? They go along with it, some change. But yeah, that's Satan, bro. Don't let no nigga trick you to going back, bro. Again, it might be a group of niggas that like you, but somewhere in that through, bro, it's the hood. That shit ain't the hood just so, it's spiritual things going on. If you put a group of people together who ain't got shit, somebody gonna try to take something from the one who don't. It's the survival of the fittest. It's in man's heart. You feel me? Shit, we could be like animals too if you take everything away from us and then put us in the environment and have us do so. It'll happen.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, man, Hood, I appreciate you, man. This was a crazy interview, man. Your opinions and your insight on everything, man, is real interesting, man. And I definitely appreciate you, man, taking the time and sitting down with me and sharing your story. I know we talked about some negative stuff, but I know we talked about a lot of positive stuff too. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, when they click on the title and they get it, they're going to get some of the positivity also, man.
Yeah, they got to see the message and the madness. That's what it is. That's what the world is, man. Some going to see the bad and some going to see the good. But at the end of the day, man, it don't matter, because it's going to happen. You pick you making your bed in another realm, I'll say. You making your bed. Just be careful by the things you sowing here on earth, because they ain't just being sown here on earth, because it's being written down and it's being, everything we doing being calculated. And the man who had to be taught every single thing should never think that we know it all. And we should always know that there's a God residing over us, because again, if you think you a God or something like that and you come together with another person and y'all think y'all baby is a God, leave that God baby there and y'all leave and come back in 2 weeks. That baby need to be nurtured, it need to be taken care of, it need to be fed, it need to be clothed, it need to be changed. So man should learn that, man, there was somebody overseeing all this from the beginning till now, and we might not see him, but again, keep your eyes focused on the things you can't see, because that's what's gonna last forever, period.
That's what it is. All right, bro, I appreciate you, man.
Hey, love, bro. Been well. I say it's been long overdue, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
No problem, for sure.
All right, rap.